Hey guys, so today in this video I would like to talk about something that recently happened that I know a lot of us are already aware of, but if you're not aware of the topic that I am going to be discussing today, then I just want to let you know that I'm talking about Renee Good. She is the U.S. citizen that was recently shot in cold blood in the streets in Minnesota. Um, I think a lot of people on both sides of the aisle, for lack of a better word, whether you're Republican or Democrat, um, I think that we can all agree that this was tragic. And despite what your opinion might be about this incident, I think that, you know, I just, I don't have any words. But as an American citizen, who is protesting, whether it's peaceful protesting or not, for an officer of the law to shoot a U.S. citizen, a mother, 3 times in the face. And if you've watched the videos, not just the ones released in the news media, but all of the videos from the neighbors bystanding, or even the ICE agent who, was involved in the incident, he had taken a video. And if you really have watched the videos, there is a point where you can see that it looks like she is blocking the street and she is honking her horn. Um, Regardless of, your take on what happened, I don't think anything that she did leading up to her death was warrant for her to be shot in the face 3 times. And I feel like all of us as U.S. citizens need to wake up and realize that this administration is not only flawed, but just dysfunctional. The things that I'm seeing in the news, it's just chaos all the time. I'm ready to have some of our regular manipulative, lying politicians back in office because, there's not been a time that I can think of in recent history where military was being deployed into our states, and these ICE agents are getting out of control. After they shot her, they simply drove off along with his other comrades and fled the scene. They're wearing masks, they don't have to provide identification. So I feel like they think that, they have a way to get away with it. I mean, if you can't identify them. But I think it's very important that we all hold these ICE agents accountable, because that could have easily been any one of us. We are all U.S. citizens. If you're, caught in an ICE raid as an innocent bystander, or someone that they think is a threat, or that they think is doing something wrong, there should be no gunfire, no shots being made if it's simply a thought. You haven't seen any action to prove that someone is a threat. People go to jail for that just because they thought somebody was a threat to them and they killed them in cold blood. And they're trying to put more insult to injury, and God bless her family, experiencing the loss of this beautiful soul and this mother seeming like a peaceful person. In the videos I can see she was not being belligerent. She was trying to back up and remove herself from the scene. And every time you see that ICE agent continuing to put himself in front of a moving vehicle, which is just dumb in the first place. But my point is, why are they going after and harassing American citizens in the first place? That is not in their job description. They're supposed to be going after illegal immigrants. And, with as inhumane as they have been treating illegal immigrants and getting away with it with no consequence, because, honestly, it's not that the left is in total disagreement of removing people that aren't supposed to be in the country. It's the way that Republicans and Trump supporters and ICE agents, it's a way that they're doing it and that they're supporting it, as grotesque as some of these incidents have been. And now we're seeing that hatred turned on American citizens. That should shock us all to the core, and that should scare the hell out of us. We're seeing this type of stuff happen in major cities and the larger states, but that doesn't mean that this isn't going to come to your doorstep. These small towns, these communities, and more rural locations, there are illegal immigrants everywhere. One day this could be you witnessing your neighbor getting shot in the face. Do you want your children to see that? Do you want to be witness to that? Do you want that to be your family member? Or worse, do you want that to be you? This should be taken seriously. Regardless if she was acting in some sort of misconduct, she had no weapon. She was trying to flee the scene. Officers of the law should not be killing people in cold blood and then fleeing the scene. Because you know what that tells me? That tells me that you did something wrong and that you're trying to get away with it. And that's sick. That's disgusting. These people need to be held accountable. ICE agents need to be held accountable. And if you kill people, you should be put in jail. Period. U.S. citizens are not who they should be focusing on. They should be focusing on what is in their job description, and that is to deport illegal immigrants, to go after illegal immigrants. American citizens caught in the crossfire should not be harmed and should not become fatal victims. There is no excuse. No excuse, especially when they do not have weapons to defend themselves. You're just killing them in cold blood.